Ukraine's Secret Service busts neo-Nazi cell inspired by Christchurch shooter.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukraine's Secret Service says it has arrested a network of neo-Nazi admirers of the Christchurch terrorist Brenton Tarrant, who were publishing the gunman's so-called manifesto in a bid to stoke white nationalist terrorism. The Security Service of Ukraine, or SBU, said it had carried out 2 simultaneous raids on premises Wednesday in Kiev and Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, where the group was printing illegal extremist literature. In a statement, the SBU described the neo-Nazis as followers of Tarrant, the Australian white supremacist who shot dead 51 worshippers at 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand in March last year. The SBU said that to promote their ideology, the group had published extremist material using secret printworks in Kiev and Kharkiv. Photographs from the raids released by the SBU showed a Nazi flag hanging on a wall, a large pile of bound books, and what appeared to be an explosive device. In a Ukrainian-language Telegram group apparently associated with the neo-Nazi network, one poster responded to Wednesday's raids and blamed the Bellingcat report for helping to trigger the SBU probe, but vowed that the distribution of the manifesto would continue. A live-streamed attack by a German neo-Nazi on a synagogue in Halle last year, which resulted in the killing of 2 people, was also an apparent attempt to emulate the Christchurch attacks.
This post received a score of 33,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
There are so many of these cells, too.
Unsurprising considering the leader of the free world calls them good people. But seriously, what caused the far-right neo-Nazi rise in the last decade? The recession?
Fascism is much more of a psychological phenomenon than a political one, but the historical environment certainly accelerates its process. A more notable feature of fascism is that the enemy is both strong and weak at the same time. Whenever a nation has experienced a form of national humiliation or pain, felt often by conservatives, fascism rushes to appear to dress these wounds. Fascism is not an idea in the most common sense, it is a method of mass manipulation of the ignorant to intensify power to narcissists and psychopaths.
Honestly, the trend I am seeing is that people on the lower socioeconomic class are blaming one another for their problems. But the real culprit is classism and government. These 2 forces are pitting the poor against each other, and it's a matter of time before they notice this. Once the Black Lives Matter protester and the poor white American Midwesterner realize that they were both set up by the same system, and this spreads around the world, a true revolution will happen. Because everyone deserves to live life with dignity and the pursuit of happiness.
The poor white wondering when his white privilege gets kicked in, all the while feeling like the world is against them. Too easy to recruit. Too easy to manipulate.
At the moment, yes, but back in the 80s the black community was dealing with the crack epidemic. This drug was literally pushed by elites in the government, and didn't care for the destruction of a community for their own gain. This happened again, except with the white community and the pushing of opioids. Completely destroying entire communities. Who was pushing these drugs? The elites. Examples like this are not just happening in the US, this is happening all over the world.
It was the CIA, trying to fund a shadow war in Nicaragua, but the elites either didn't know, or didn't care.
Either way, reporter Gary Webb was executed for his work uncovering the root of the crack epidemic.
Can you elaborate? This is kinda hard to follow for non-Americans. Thanks.
Webb is best known for his Dark Alliance series, which appeared in the Mercury News in 1996. The series examined the origins of the crack cocaine trade in Los Angeles and claimed that members of the anti-communist Contra rebels in Nicaragua had played a major role in creating the trade, using cocaine profits to support their struggle. It also suggested that the Contras may have acted with the knowledge and protection of the Central Intelligence Agency. The series provoked outrage, particularly in the Los Angeles African American community, and led to 4 major investigations of its charges.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.